Hello, and welcome to my stream. I'm just gonna be doodling stuff. I meant to stream a little sooner, but I found out that not Nintendo, I found out that Walmart decided to cancel my pre-order for my Switch 2. So now I'm gonna have to sit outside of GameStop on Wednesday, get there at like noon because they have a line party thing that's starting at 3 o'clock supposedly, and hopefully bait out all the people that don't have a life to get the Switch 2. I'm quite very sad. I was not given a reason to why. We were trying to see if we can get the pre-order back, and they said no. So not much I can do. I did have a pre-order technically from that I gave to my coworker that really wanted one for his nephew, and I'm not just gonna take that away from him. I think the kid's like 10 or 11, so I will be letting him have that. My coworker already gave him the money, so I'm not gonna just send them the money back just to get the Switch 2. I'm not that much of a meanie, so. Anyways, so I was working on this art piece a few days ago. I started doing more stuff to it today. I didn't get much time to like work on this because I'm working on apparently multiple art pieces. But so it's for an art challenge thing I saw. So we're gonna keep drawing this. I still have to like do the full body render. I'm just right now just last thing I was working on was the background, which I think is kind of fun. I still have to add shadows and things like that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to, but the one thing I really do want to start on is her eyeballs. I don't even know what layer her eyes are on. Oh, it's on a completely different layer. Let's do a clipping mask for this one. I don't even know how to render eyeballs. Let me Google that. How to render eye. I know how to draw eyeballs, sort of. Let's see, for base color, do a gradient. That's a lot of rendering. A lot of things on here. Also, if anybody joins, hello. Okay. How to color eyes. Okay, let's just take you, and then I'm going to make you, what is it? If you want it darker, you keep it saturated, which is already saturated. I'm just gonna pop you off. Let me do that thing again. I don't know what I'm doing. Clipping mask. My problem is I at least want this to look halfway decent. Oh, nope. I was kidding. So all I gotta do is to duplicate that. Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna merge you down. Uh-oh. Okay. That did something. That certainly did something. I don't know what that's doing. What is... Okay, we're gonna try to see if I can Gaussian blur that. That's kind of cute. Okay. That's kind of cute. I'm digging this. Find me where we make a piece of it. Okay, those are some eyeballs. Should also be probably looking at the reference. It's got like these lighter eyes or something. Okay. I'm supposed to do these weird looking things. Okay, so a very dark color. When you want shadows, you want to go to the side. I don't know if this eye tutorial that I'm following here on clipstudio.com is actually gonna help me. Seems rather confident that I know what I'm doing. I hate this. No pun intended, because I am doing an eyeball. That's certainly an eyeball. Oh, let's see what happens when I multiply. Ew. That didn't do much. I don't like that. You want me to do like this overlay of like a purple color? I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what this is overlaying. That is certainly a color. I'm supposed to add this really bright highlight. Just want everyone to know I hate this. Oh, hello. I totally I didn't realize you were joining the stream, so hello Evie. What did you figure out? Right now trying to figure out how to color an eyeball. God, I really hate that. What do you want me to do with this one? Screen, so what you look like. I don't hate it, I guess. Let me try to blur you out. I feel like if I blur some of these things out, maybe they'll look nicer. Nice, okay. I've actually I worked at a school for a little bit, and there was a teacher that was talking about a student that they have these different bracelets. So so as you're talking about gender fluidity, if that's the term, is that for because I know that some days you feel more masculine, other days you're more feminine, other days you're more androgynous, which is like you feel like you're not he or she, but you're they. And they wore a bracelet to determine what their gender identity was. So if it was maybe like pink, maybe they felt more like a girl. If it was blue, like whatever colors signify that, which I thought was really cool. That's not something that is really out there, but I think it's a really good indicator to kind of help like respect whatever you feel like going by that day. Can get a little confusing, but if you let like your teachers know or whatever, definitely a cool thing. Okay, I think blurring these things out help a little bit. These are kind of fun. I'm actually enjoying this eyeball. I have to use this for my Sailor Moon drawing. And then I'm supposed to apparently figure out how the heck I'm going to highlight this. Don't know how I feel about this eyeball. I love that little cat box thing emoji that you use. I need to start using that more often. Well, now I just gotta figure out how to take this and put that over here. And I'm going to use the power of copy and paste because I worked hard on this. Sorta. What layer did I do first? Duplicate. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it copied both. Oh, this one, yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. So this is what the thing looks like so far. I will let you guys know who the original artist was for the thing, which the art is right here. Like I said, it was for an art challenge that I think was like a random raffle or something he's doing. So I was like, okay, well, this is fun. You know, I really love the hair. The hair is probably my favorite part. So I may have to create a character with like really cool rainbow hair like that. I just love how long and flowy it is. Actually, the eyes are not half bad. Nope, nope. I wish I could do this with like traditional art where I'm just copying and pasting, what do you call it, where I copy and paste everything. Fortunately, that's not how that works in reality. But I would love to just copy and paste all my problems away. I love how this looks pink on the skin. It looks black here. This is crazy. Okay, it was just... Oh, you know what? The eye does look a little like she's looking in an opposite direction, so I may wanna I may wanna fix that. Um, I can find some stuff for us to talk about in terms of more questions or just things to kind of get conversation start. Let's look for conversation starters. Okay, never mind. These kind of suck. Like, oh, do you listen to any podcast? No. For artist. That might be fun. Okay, I have some good ones here. What is your favorite art medium? I was recently asked this on a YouTube comment, and I would say I think it depends. When it comes to like most coloring, I prefer to use color pencils because of how easy it is to work with. I mean, unfortunately, you do have to keep sharpening them, but other than that, you know, it's very mess free for the most part. It's very easy cleanup. It doesn't bleed through the paper. I also like to use acrylic paint when it comes to like canvas and painting on ceramic things and whatever. So, uh, I think it more just kind of depends on what it is, but it's just my two go-to mediums. Okay, looks like Homegirl has seen some stuff. I swear she's not traumatized. Jeez, girl, I swear I'm not trying to kill you. Uh, oh, you guys can see my computer screen. Let's put that out of view. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I feel about this. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so my thing is what is your favorite art medium? I was saying that mine is color pencils when it comes to like non-messy art. Like if I'm just trying to color something in like in a notepad or something or whatever, I like to color. It's very mess free and it doesn't bleed through paper, at least it shouldn't. And then when it comes to like actual other art mediums, I love using acrylic paint because it is dry, easy to use, or not, it's not dry, it dries very quickly and it's easy to use. And I also like doing digital art if that's considered a medium. Honestly, this is probably my favorite because of how forgiving it is. I don't know how well it translates, any of the skills that I'm picking up from working with this. I don't know how well it's going to translate to paper, so should probably be practicing on paper too, but I'm just not feeling her eye. I probably should have made her more smiling because it looks like she's just glossing over and just like her mouth open. Oh well. So my original plan was to make it look like she was on the moon or something. I didn't get that far. Yeah, she looks kind of cool. Oh, she has something called a vertigo. I think we're talking about that, where she has like these skin pigmentation. Posca says they're very opaque. I love using Poscas. My only beef is with the white Posca pens. I don't know if it's just my batch of Poscas, but anytime I've gotten any Posca pens that are in white, they they're not, I don't know, they're very transparent. Very transparent, and I'm very upset about it. Okay, let's not wear that. Also realized I need to add lines to her little tubage. Oh, did I not paint her thing white earlier? I was also juggling different things earlier. Okay, let's go in and paint that. Okay, so let's do another question. I would be curious to know how long you've been doing art. I've been doing art on and off pretty much my whole life, and I was really trying to get into it like a decade ago, but uh I just would get discouraged by after trying a few times, and I'm like, no, this is stupid, but it's something you really got to stick with. So it's, once you kind of start doing it, don't give up because you will eventually get good if you think your stuff sucks now, like how I think my stuff sucks, but it's just different opinions. Um, oh no, we don't want that. It's because it's huge. Okay, my coloring brush. Literally got to go in before I forget to add the lines to her tubage. Do 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 boo. Ba 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 dum ba da ba dum. I have no idea how to do this, nor the perspectives or whatever in this, so I guess we're just gonna wing this one. Really? Well, cool. Yeah, just stick with the whole art thing because once you kind of start doing it, you know, if you start giving up on it, then you're gonna look back at it years later and you'll be like, man, I should have kept doing it. But it's also never too late to do art. I actually had a teacher in high school that he tried, he's like, I've always wanted to do art, I always felt discouraged because I thought it was too late. And this man picked up like is that a reference to Baby Shark? He picked up guitar. I mean, he picked up all these skills well into his adulthood. I mean, he was probably like in his 60s, And, it was kind of cool to see, just a person, doing regular or, picking up skills. And it was encouraging to note that he wasn't giving up just because age was a thing. So I'll definitely give that to him. Very inspirational. Okay, another thing. What is your favorite artwork? I love the little dab. My favorite artwork. I'm going based on stuff I'm assuming that we've been working on. This piece I've been working on is really cool right now. I'm having a lot of fun with that one. The Sailor Moon one I've been working on, which we'll touch on later. I started finally getting into the coloring stage as of yesterday, so. I did these cool like Pokemon fusions. These were kind of fun to do. I don't think I've ever shared that on stream before, so this was when I was working on. That was between a Togepi and I forgot this other dude's name, but this was the fusions. That was kind of a fun one. Never got to finish that one, but um trying to think. This is my own personal repertoire of stuff. I don't know. Those are probably some of my favorite ones. Oh, nice. Okay. What was your song about? You know what? I'm kind of digging her eyes the more I'm like looking at it, so I'm a little less mad at it. Her hand's looking kind of funky, but thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I forgot about her shoes. That was something I was working on earlier, and then I guess I forgot to do it. So we'll work on that once I finish the tubing. This is just me just being lazy. Merge down. Really? Okay. Okay, you know what? We'll just keep drawing them. Let's see. Oh, okay. Since you're kind of more of a music person, what kind of music do you like? And then what kind of music do you like to write music for? Like pop music, classical, like as you're writing your songs, like what kind of backtrack do you imagine? If I were to write music, what kind of backtrack would I imagine? Definitely either like rock or pop music. Okay, is that the same one that what's her name? Beach Bunny does? That's a thick line. Okay. Yeah, she's got some good music. Okay, whatever. We'll just have a couple thick lines. Um, what kind of instruments go with that? Is it like I don't know. The first thing I think of is like ukuleles for some reason, but are you going to be learning any instruments to kind of go hand in hand with that? Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone. No, it just happened. Okay. Okay, well, that's as good as this tubing is getting. I don't know. It looks like these things are like attached to her arm, but I didn't know how to draw that, so. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, most of the time, these people have hired help to create the music, but let me see. Ooh, this might be a fun one since I know you do art, or not art, but like music stuff too. Is what is your biggest challenge when it comes to like either coming up with a melody or lyrics, or in my case, I guess coming up with artwork? The original question was, is what's your biggest challenge as an artist? And I think my biggest challenge right now. Nice. Okay. What are you guys gonna call yourselves? And my biggest challenge is probably doing art is I have so many ideas in my head. It's just trying to get it down on paper, or I guess in this case, my iPad, to actually look the way I want it to. It's just currently I'm still having to figure out what I want to draw, and pretty much I'm going to draw what I can to the best of my ability, and then down the line I will just redraw things as I want to or not want to. But this is, you know, at least try. Uh, what is your typo? You said you're yet. You said I'm yet. What does that mean? Also, hello, other viewer. Looks like you're lurking in the background. Feel free to say hello or just watch us and converse. I say watch us, watch me. Oh, fair enough. Um, I was gonna say what inspired you to get into music, but it's probably Beach Bunny. What inspired me to art, me getting into art is all the artists I've seen around me doing like these cool anime styles. What is art? What isn't art? One thing I will give as a tip to you if you kind of want to get some of your music out there is definitely go to social media. I don't know how old you are, no need to tell me or anything, just because, privacy out there, but once you're kind of at an age that you can start sharing your music and stuff like that, is, invest in what you can and, get your stuff out on YouTube. I know TikTok is very popular for people to get famous out there. I say famous, like to have their, to get discovered. I know of lots of songs that have blown up because of, TikTok. And those are definitely, a couple of ways. But yeah, you want to promote on social media. It used to be back in the day that people would just, like, I don't want to say that, like, you could perform and stuff like that, and that's how people would get discovered. But nowadays, no one's going out, everyone's staying in. So that's one thing, is just do what you can to get yourself out there. Not that I would know anything. Oh yeah, let's work on her feet. Honestly, I just tell people if you're trying to get out there for anything, is just go to social media. I have a friend of mine that just published a book, which if you give me 1 second, I will do a quick plug for her. That is Showing Silver, that my friend wrote. And she's been trying to get herself out there for, you know, I think this is like part one of two books there. And it's a really good book. It's pretty short. I don't know how I would rate this, but I think it was a pretty clean book. So if it's something you do want to pick up personally, but no, I mean, it was a good book. And I mean, she's sold, pretty good. This is her first like debut author or her first debut book. And I've been trying to tell her, if you're going to try to promote yourself and get out there, um, you're gonna have to go to social media. She has a very small YouTube channel, and I think she wants to do a collab. So my main YouTube channel is a crafting channel. It was more focused on crafts. Right now it's been shifted more to art right now, just because I'm really into doing art things. And she wants me to, pretty much we're going to be doing a collab video where I kind of talk about the review and the book, or I'm going to review the book as I'm kind of crafting. And that's kind of a way to get it out there. Now, me compared to her, I have a lot more subscribers, but me compared to other YouTubers out there, obviously they have more subscribers. There was actually a YouTuber that she was a big fan of that actually spoke about her book, about books that she's excited for that's coming out in the spring, and that was one of the books. So would highly recommend Showing Silver. It is out on Amazon. I don't know where else you can buy it, but I ordered myself a physical copy because I love physical copy books. So sorry, that was kind of loud. But anyway, sorry. Bad plug. We're not here to promote people. I'm just here. But, it's kind of an example of kind of how to get yourself out there is you're going to have to be active, selling her. She's not really one for TikTok, but, maybe Instagram. I know there's a big book community on these on these different social media things, but yeah, it's just social media seems to be the place to be. Unfortunately, to make it big, it's either you gotta make it or break it, or just have fun doing it. That's kind of how I view content creation, is just to have fun and do it if you like it. There's a lot of people that try to do this as like a get rich quick scheme or whatever. I am part of a Discord server for people that play video games. I don't do a ton of video games as of right now, but one guy, he like posts every day, but his quality is kind of garbage. No offense to him or anything. It's just he doesn't put in the effort. He's just kind of slapping videos together to get a video out every day. And, his whole thing is that I don't think he cares about actually creating the content. He just wants to make money. And I'm like, that's not a way to look at it. Being like, oh, I want to, like in your case, it's like if you wanted to make music and get rich and famous because you're in it for the money, definitely not the place to be for that. Do it because you enjoy it. And I understand that, doing music and things like that can definitely burn you out. So that's why I'm taking, steps and breaks. I don't know, I'm just rambling, but you kind of get what I mean. Let me see. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, actually, no, I don't like that one anymore. Should art ever be censored or banned? Why or why not? And we will use art. Hello, Billy. We're just conversing and talking. I went on a whole rant about, if you want to do something in the creative field, your best chances is to do YouTube or something like that to get yourself out there, promote yourself on social media. So welcome. That was the long story short version of stuff. But anyway, so my next question is, should art ever be banned? Why or why not? And yes, I agree. It should not be censored. I feel like art or music or anything that's creative is literally what humans are built on, even from like way back when. So, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how somebody would want to censor that. With the way how everything's going. Not trying to throw around politics or anything, but dang. What happened? I had a layer that went away. Okay, we're just gonna use this as my foot layer. Also, welcome. Feel free to stick around as long as you'd like. We're just vibing over here. I probably need to get on a more consistent schedule of when I'm going to be streaming or not. Actually, starting next week, me and my boyfriend are going to be working on a video game for a game jam. So what a game jam is a short-term project where you pretty much throw a bunch of crap together to be able to come up with a video game in a short amount of time. However, the game jam, and it's typically themed and you have like constraints. And the one that we're working on is going to be a whole month, a whole summer long one, just because I don't have time to dedicate like a weekend to do a game jam. And so the theme is love is unconventional, and it says you can't use humans. It can be like, uh, what do you call it? It can be like an animal game. It could be like anything, and it doesn't have to be like romantic love. It can be platonic. So we will be working on that starting next week. So I will be fronting most of the art while my boyfriend's handling the programming. So I will let you guys know more about that. But I plan to stream some of that as I work on it because I'm quite excited for that. Quite excited. Yeah, it's been my boyfriend's dream to make video games and stuff like that. So I'm trying to help him in the best way I can. And while he is really good at art, which I'll actually show you guys some of his art, he doesn't draw very often, but this is just a random head he drew. I'm not really sure what the context of this is. This was another thing he drew, which I think looks stinking cool. I really wish he would have fixed this cut off hand thing, but he did not. But super cool. Love the colors, you know. He like I said, he does really good stuff. And this was his latest art. He just kind of sketched this up. See how long it took him. 20 minutes? That's it? I just want to see the time lapse of it. Oh. I'll speed it up a little bit. Guys, my pet cat is gay. According to... What? Please explain. How is your pet cat gay? Anyways, we're going back to my strange drawing that I was working on. Where did you go? Anyways, I strive to do art like my boyfriend and be good. I feel like my dog might be gay sometimes. He's yeah, I mean he's fixed, but he likes to hump male dogs for some reason. Females, nah, he's good. Well, he does kind of have a girlfriend. Maybe he's like pansexual. I'm not really sure what I'd classify him as. Does he go out and meet dude cats? Does he go into like the gay club and meeting gay cats? Yes, he is from my house. Are you guys excited for Pride? I think it's happening what next month. We'll try to do like a couple streams next month that are kind of dedicated to LGBT stuff. I think it'd be kind of fun. So, if you guys have any suggestions for that, I'm totally down. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. I don't know if you guys have Pride events in your guys' area. I went to Pride last year here in I from Dallas, the Dallas area, and Dallas Pride was pretty fun. I would totally do that again, which I think we're looking at hopefully going this year. I'll have to get with my friends. But last year I did vlog and I had this like cute pastel rainbow dress that I wore. When I'm planning. Oh, nice. Okay. Did you ever come out to your stepmom? I know you asked me about that the other day. Hey, nice. Okay. Best of luck to the two of you. I know that some family members have mixed reactions. I was, I think, telling the other day that I had a friend that came out to their parents. Now, their parents were very supportive of my friend's other friends being gay, but they're like, you know, you do you, whatever. And then they finally came out to their parents, assuming that they would be supportive. And oh my goodness, the backlash that came out of it. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. It's just, you know, very weird because I've never seen that before. That they'll be like supportive towards other people, but the moment it's their own kid, it's like, no, you can't be gay. And it's like, hold up, you know. So I don't know if they were putting on a show or what their deal was, but it does happen. It does happen. Don't be scared. Almost, but I didn't get to. Fair enough. I feel like it's one of those that you can't just like you're gonna be like, hey, stepmom, can you pass the mashed potatoes? By the way, I'm gay. Like, kind of weird. Or I'm this or I'm that. It's just, yeah, I feel like it's one of those that you really want to just sit down and be like, hey, you know, I want to talk to you about this. You know, hope you don't mind. Bye, Billy. Thank you for joining us. We appreciated you sitting around or joining. Don't mind me looking down. I'm just trying to figure out where this thing is. Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out where the little strap things are. Um, let me see. Yeah, let's try to find more questions that might be fun. Um, have you ever made a prank call on someone before? So I sort of did. I was 8 years old, and this is when I first moved to Texas. I was 8, and I had I don't know, my dad was out with my brother. They were doing stuff. My brother was like in pre-K. I was in the third grade. And hold on, let me make sure. Sorry. And he, I don't know, for some reason I like needed a notebook. I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember I needed a notebook, and instead of like doing my homework or whatever, I just like started I just kept dialing like random numbers to call. And I guess one series of phone numbers that got called out was 911. So I ended up calling 911. I panicked and I ended the call, and they kept calling back and I didn't want to answer. So they almost sent emergency vehicles my way. And my dad came home and was trying to figure out why the police were calling, and, you know, was like, oh, because I needed a notebook. And it was a very weird experience. Would not recommend doing. But prank phone calls are fun. I've had like funnier ones, but that's like one that sticks out to me. Why can't I select you, bestie? Yeah. I don't know what layer this is on. We're gonna like a game of guess what layer this is on. Okay, I know it's not the top ones. This was me like all day. I was trying to figure out which layer, what was on what. I figured out my problem. It wasn't on the right layer. We'll just refill that in. Where are your feet located, Bestie? There we go. Let's just nicely get rid of that. Let's see. Other questions? Me. If you were a ghost, who would you hunt first? Who would I hunt first? I want to say my friends because I think it'd be funny. But honestly, I have no idea who I'd want to hunt. Your mom. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to hunt my mom. I think she's got too many other things to worry about. Let's see. Can't believe I'm worrying more about feet than don't know what layer Okay, that's fair. That's fair. There was one time, so this was back in 2018. So my mom was on vacation and it was just me and my brother. I think I was like 17. And we left her in a Ouija board. So she has this whole thing. So my mom's side of the family is Hispanic. And she has this whole thing that when it comes to like Ouija boards or anything that has to do with, ghosts or anything or summoning demons or whatever, it's a hard no with my family. Well, for some reason, my brother and I ended up at a store and we saw a board game. They sold them in like the board game section, which I was surprised they even sold. And we left her God, those feet look bad. Okay, whatever. Um we we bought it for her. And when she got back on vacation, I actually ended up leaving for a trip for a program I was part of. Well, I guess when she opened it, she wasn't too happy that she received it. And I so that was my first indicator. Well, last Halloween I ended up at Spirit Halloween, which is a Halloween store here in the US. And me and my boyfriend were there getting ready to pick her up from the airport, but her flight got in late, whatever. And I think her baggage came in sooner. It was this weird thing that like her bags were attached. No, I don't know what the whole deal was, but I think we picked up her luggage early and we thought it would be funny if I put in a Ouija board in her suitcase because I knew it was gonna be like a week before she actually opened it because who comes home from a trip and just starts doing laundry and opening up their bag? Well, let's just say that she looked at it a week later. I think it might have been 2 weeks because my dad had to measure it. Pretty much they had to get a new suitcase. And my dad went to get the measurements. And she saw it again. And she literally starts frantically texting me. She's like, "Did you put this in here?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And I think I played her for like a good 20 minutes before I called her, like dying laughing and obviously confessing to her. So please don't do that if you know that somebody's like scared of those things. It does make a good joke. Gives me a good laugh. I might do something like that this year for Halloween. It's gonna be a yearly tradition. Sorry, I know that was a long-winded story. Very long-winded. Honestly, I'm getting bored with this drawing for the night, but there's just a lot. It's just I really want to figure out what the this whole thing was. Okay, let's just erase part of your feet. But then the sooner I finish this, then I can move on to my Sailor Moon drawing. I don't really want to sit here. Yeah, I can't draw feet for the life of me. This is god-awful. Also, thank you for the planet emoji. Am I able to respond to you guys? Edit your description. I don't want to edit my description. Also, last night I played some music. I pretty much had no viewers, but I wanted to keep streaming, and so it's just kind of vibing on camera. And you know, I played some music. I didn't think I'd be copyright striked or anything. I mean, my account didn't get striked, but let's just say that my stream can't be played in a couple countries, possibly out in Europe, because of a couple songs. Nothing too bad. I think it was mostly like what I consider my summer stuff. Like I think the song that got flagged was a song called "Alive" by Cruella, and I was like, well, there's nothing I can do. So pretty much, if I ever get monetized, I can't make money off that video, which is fine. Do people make money off of streams? Is that a thing? Yeah, it was pretty strange. What's the most bizarre dream you've ever had? So, one that I like to laugh about and tell my boyfriend, or I've told him before, was it was a dream I had where I was at his funeral and, it was, sad day, whatever. And I ended up in the bathroom and for some reason he was there, but with like a waffle head. And I was like, I walked back out and I'm like, why are we all crying? I'm like, he's in the bathroom. And everyone's like, nobody's dead. And I'm like, no, he's really in the bathroom. Then I walk into the bathroom and he's gone. So, very weird dream. Oh, another one. So, when I was 12, I had a dream where there were all these flying pies that were like taking over the world. And I was supposed to erase them with a gigantic magic paintbrush. I was a superhero that could fly. And I was supposed to like erase them with the paintbrush, which doesn't make any sense. But actually, that would be a fun prop to make, is a giant paintbrush. Saving that for the future. Somebody remind me in like a decade to make that. But yeah, I've had all sorts of weird dreams. Those are two that really stuck with me. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, I was over here looking for, thinking this was line art. This is not indeed line art. I'm sorry, if you guys get bored of these questions, let me know. We'll talk about something else. It's just a way for me to open up. I kissed my girlfriend in a dream at... Oh. Did you tell her about it? Ew. We were at the pool, but she couldn't even swim. Oh. Was she swimming in the pool and you kissed her? And it was just a magical, like, interpretation of, oh, now she can swim? Interesting. What did they say on TikTok? We listen and we don't judge. Just like, that's really funny. Oh no, you didn't. Fair enough. Fair enough. Your feet's just gonna like make it weird. And that's okay. Oh, she has like this cute little like dark purple front. Nope, we don't want that. Okay. Next question. If you were a world leader, what would your first law be? Uh, I did say if it was if I ever became like president or something, I would make like everyday National Cat Day or something stupid because I love cats. I think they deserved, we would be praising them like the Egyptians back in the day. I don't like how this foot's coming out. I think I'm just gonna be like, foot who? You have feet? I've been going on this like whole anatomy, like learning how to do different body parts, but I haven't gotten to like the feet part of it yet. Okay, so if I become president, you will be either my co-president or my vice president, and we can make it National Cat Day every day. Um, what's the weirdest thing you found in your fridge? Oh God, do I really want to tell this? So, let me try to see if I can find it. It was ridiculous. Um, what's it called? Hey, so you see this Rainbow Dash fizzy cherry splash flavored drink. So there's a bookstore that is based out of Nebraska, and it's called Hastings. They ended up shutting down, and this is back like over a decade ago. I was very sad, and they sold the soda. I think I got this in like 2011 or 2012, and we kept it in a mini fridge, with my at my mom's, and we forgot about it. It just kind of sat there. We didn't do anything with it. I never drank it. It just sat there. And then it got transferred to my parents' fridge when they got rid of that small refrigerator. And we just recently discussed this soda, and that's probably the oldest thing in my mom's fridge right now. And I'm scared to open it because I don't know what the insides are gonna be like at all. I am curious. I mean, I'm not gonna taste it, but I was just like, well, if it's been in there that long, like it's been like 13, 14 years since we've had this. Talk about disgusting. I hate these feet. I'm gonna cry. Oh well, we're not here to make good feet. We're not here to make good feet. Oh, you said what? I sorry, I didn't see a response. The remote? That's kind of weird. That is like mega weird. I mean, probably is not as weird as my Rainbow Dash soda that's just been in there. That's okay. Kind of looks like the feet, I guess. Whatever. I don't have the brain power for this. Oopsie. But yeah, just a fun fact. I haven't told anybody that, except like a handful of people that even know that story, even or knows that that soda still exists. You found I don't know if batteries is weird. I feel like my parents have kept them in the freezer or something. Keeping batteries in the fridge. Where's it freezer? While refrigerating batteries, huh? While extending batteries can slow down self-discharge and typically or potentially extend their shelf life. Interesting. Did not know that. So apparently people might keep batteries in their fridge to prolong the life or to make the battery's life longer, but apparently due to condensation and a bunch of science stuff, it's bad, so don't do it. And honestly, just buy more batteries if it's dead. Don't listen to me. I'm not a science person. Well, they're shoes. Sounds good as this is getting. Oh, she does have like darker fronts to them. I can only really like this color palette. Okay, next question. Man, I'm learning so much on the stream today. Um, if you could switch lives with a cartoon character, who would it be? Uh, I don't know. Try running off the edges. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you for the for that tip. If I can find the layer that the feet are on. Homni from the what do you call it? The Amazing Digital Circus. If that's the show, then cool, because I love that show. I don't think I've seen past like episode 2, because they take forever to put new stuff out. I like that kind of helped. Yeah, I freaking love that show. Is she a character you like in that show? I really like Jax. He's really cool. Okay, I think that did us some justice. Now let's just try to replicate that to shoe number 2. Have you heard the song? There was a song that the original voice actress from that played Pomni did, and I think that was like my top song for like a while on YouTube Music. Digital Circus song. I think it's called Jester, and it's called parentheses Pomni song. That's a really good song, and it's by Black Griffin. That song's really good. Like I said, it has the original voice actress in it. So if you haven't listened to it, would highly recommend. Okay, we have some forgiveness with the feet. I still don't think I have an answer. Um, yeah, I like the song. It's a very fun song. I need to think of a character. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of shows. Um, Powerpuff Girls, maybe. I really like Bubbles. She's cool. Powerpuff Girls had an anime, and I really liked that. That was a fun thing I watched growing up. So probably Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girl anime, just because she's like this popular girl. She's very sweet. She's very smart. She's, gets a lot of attention from the boys, but she also gets to be a superhero. So probably that character. Um, eh, if you could only use one emoji for the rest of your life, which one would it be? And I'm gonna flat out tell you the laughing emoji. That one probably have me laughing my butt off because I love laughing. Yeah, fun fact. I think it might be on YouTube dubbed. Don't quote me on that, but it's a very good anime. Oh, I say good, good like in the aspect of it's a decent adaptation of the Powerpuff Girls with what they would have had to work with. The cat emoji. Oh, any specific one or just the cat emoji? I like these shoes look a little better. Probably as good as it's gonna get for tonight. Ooh, okay. So just the cat emoji. Okay, let's go see what other things I can find. Um, oh, this is a fun one. What's your lucky number? I actually don't have a lucky number because I don't rely on like numbers to be lucky, but my favorite number is the number 12. Now, if I had to pick a number between 1 and 10, I'd probably pick 2 just because 12, 2. I don't know. I know a lot of people, I think they're like lucky 7 is like 3 or 7 or something like that. I don't know, I didn't get that far. Seven, okay. Yeah, for some reason mine's just been 12. Um, where would you go for your dream vacation? Oh, 27. My dream vacation. I would have said Japan, but I've already been there 3 times and I'm going in November during Thanksgiving break. Just because I want to see the color change leaves. I did see last year some of like the beginning stages of the cherry blossoms, which was fun. But yeah, I want to go for like the fall colors and just, nice weather. I was gonna go in September, and then I realized it was still gonna be hot because that's just how weather works apparently. Because when I think of fall, I think of September and October, and November is like the best time to go. Japan, yeah. I'm probably gonna be vlogging my time out there, so be sure to be on the lookout for that in like months from now. But if I had to pick another place, I've been to Greece. Greece is fun. Uh, what other place would I go to? Oh, Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo's nice. It's a lot to do there. I actually got to go to a cat cafe out there, and it was really cool. Um, where'd I go? I mean, Korea would be a place I'd like to go to. Oh, hello, everyone. That's my lovely boyfriend. I actually showed off some of your art earlier, showing how I strive to be like you. Tide Killer's my boyfriend, everyone. He actually helped me set up my stream stuff because he's more of like my tech guy. What? Oh, the 3 I have on here. Uh, these cool one, like that one. I told him how this one only took you 20 minutes, which is crazy to me. Dream vacations. Maybe like some parts of Europe. I went to Greece a couple years ago, and that was nice. Korea, North Korea, South Korea is somewhere I'd probably like to check out at some point. I did have a little girl recently ask me, her family's South Korean, and she asked me, she was like, "Have you?" She was planning. I don't know. She was telling me that this month she was gonna go to South Korea. I was like, "Oh, have you been before?" Because keep in mind she's 5, and I said, um, I was like, "No, I haven't been," but or no, she said, "Yeah, that she's been before," and then she asked me if I've been, and I said, "No, but I've been to Japan." Blah blah blah. Then the little girl looked at me and said, "Have you been to North Korea?" I was like, "Excuse me?" And her response was, "Oh no, I mean New York." I was like, "Girl, that is 2 separate places on this earth, not just some random like, oh, sorry, that was a typo or a mistake." I'm like, "Are you a North Korean spy in a 5-year-old body?" So yeah, that made me giggle. Where's my picture? Also, I was telling them about our game jam idea. Well, not idea, but just telling them how we're going to be working on that and how I'll probably be streaming some of the art stuff for that as a thing. Let's go continue working on the feet. Probably going to cheat a little bit and just copy and paste that again. But I appreciate all the support I get from my friends and family. You guys, you got to meet my couple friends the other day. That was fun. Now how do I steal the feet that I just drew? Oh, here we go. That sounded bad. Don't steal people's feet, please. Hey, what did you do last night? Well, I went around stealing people's feet. Well, it's not gonna fit perfectly. That's right. That's okay. Let's go find a fun other question. Describe one weakness you have. I was actually asked this during an interview, and my response was public speaking. And at this point, I wasn't obviously comfortable sitting here talking with the camera. I still think if I were to stand in front of a big crowd, I'd probably be a little bit awkward because I'm not doing that. Versus here, where it's just me in my apartment, just talking to people. But yeah, that was, definitely a thing I was asked, and obviously now I'm obviously more comfortable talking to a camera. There's actually a challenge I did last summer where I did a 30 days of talking to the camera challenge, where it was pretty much 30 consistent days of me sitting in front of a camera for 5 to 10 minutes and just talking to the camera like it was like just to help me get like used to talking to the camera. And it was definitely an experience, something I've never done before. Um, it definitely helped with me getting comfortable in front of a camera, and I was actually told by people that it wasn't half bad of, me being used to talking to the camera. Or what I mean by half bad was, it sounded like I've been a little more comfortable talking to a camera than just me doing this challenge, but I think it's a really good challenge to get people comfortable with talking to a camera. You can sit in front of your phone for 5-10 minutes and then just delete it, or you can look back at it in like 30 days and look at all your videos. I don't think I've looked back at my videos since I've posted them. I don't want to because I'm scared to see how cringy they are. But pretty much I just found like random topics to talk about each day, and that's what it was. What did you say? Can't stop talking. I feel that too sometimes. I feel like I over talk, and maybe I just need to dial it back a little bit. I feel like when it comes to streaming, you have to constantly like be talking, kind of like externalize your thoughts. That's probably why I can't sound like I can't stop talking. I feel like if there's like silence on a stream, it's like, well, this is boring. And so that's how I'm finding questions. We have conversation topics just because, I don't have many things to talk about personally. Just, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, let's do our next question. Again, if you have any questions that you want to discuss or whatever, just drop them. If you could live anywhere, where would you want to live? I've been saying I've been dying to like move to Japan. Obviously, I can't just pack up and move to Japan because stuff. But yeah, I would love to move to Japan. I mean, cost of living I think is a lot better out there than it is where I'm living. So probably Japan. I don't know. I think it's nice out there. Or I'd probably move somewhere where it's not as expensive, but I would still have access to things. Because like where I currently live, I'm like in like the middle of everything. So it's like, oh, it's 10 minutes to go to a craft store, or 20 minutes to get somewhere else. Where before it took me like an hour to get somewhere. Tokyo, yes. What I love about Japan is that it's so clean out there. my first time going to Japan was back in 2017, and we were trying to figure out where the garbage cans were. Couldn't find them anywhere. So we're just like shoving garbage in our pockets. And it wasn't until the following year that I went that we realized that there were garbage cans like in the walls and stuff like that. You actually had to look for them. Very weird, but you would think that, if we couldn't find the garbage cans, you would think that it would be like disgusting and filthy and full of trash, but it's not, and it's very nice. And I wish New York was like that. Another thing that I love about Tokyo is that if you want to get somewhere, you could just jump on a train and you'll be there in like 30 minutes versus having to like get a car, do parking, whatever. So definitely there's a lot of pros to living out in a city like that. It also doesn't smell bad. You would think that it would smell bad with it having probably like a lot of people, but that is not the case. Wrong brush. So definitely a lot of pros to living out in Japan. I just don't know if they want foreigners out there. What is the best Halloween costume you've ever had? What do you mean cook? I wouldn't say my best, but my favorite one was this, I was like in this Lolita dress with a witch hat that I put together, and it was a very fun Halloween costume I put together. I quite enjoyed it. It was fun. Oh, cool. Okay, sorry. Typo. I think I don't know where my phone's at, but I have a picture of me and my boyfriend, and I think he's wearing like cat ears or something. Which good luck trying to get him to wear something that isn't just his day wear stuff. I think he's come around a little more to it, like wearing the cat ears. But definitely a thing. Oh, we lost a viewer. Tear. That's okay. I'm not sad or anything. It also is getting kind of late-ish. I say late-ish, it's Friday. It's I was doing research on when like the best times to stream are, just because I know it's been like mega late and people, go to sleep. Um, reasonable times on a weekday. So it's apparently they said between like 9 and 6, which for me I'm Central Standard Time. So that's what I'm gonna be shooting for, is probably between like 7 and 9 to stream as like my stream time, and then if I just happen to go over, I'll be going over. Um, ooh, that sounds fun. Last year was a ghost from the psych ward that died. Yeah, that sounds fun. Were you like, was your hair like all crazy and stuff like that? Were you in a psych ward hospital gown thing? I don't know what that thing is called. Someone remind me to learn how to draw clean lines. Okay, you know what? These actually aren't bad shoes. So thank you for your suggestion to round out the edges. I think that helped. Let me just clean up a little bit. Oh, we have a fourth viewer. Hello. Um, now I had a hospital. Oh, well, I'm sorry. That sounds like that sucked. Okay, this is what we're working with for our base. I'm trying to figure out if I'm missing anything else before I start, like, rendering the art, as they like to call it. I say rendering the art, or honestly, it's it's adding shadows, which, by the way, I am very bad at, so I'm debating if I just leave it. I feel like it needs a little bit of shadows. we'll work on that in a second. Oh, we're back down to 2 viewers. That's okay. Let's find ourselves like a good like moon rock color. I make this big, and I will have us move on to our next question. Um, what's the best birthday gift you've ever had? Um, yeah, that's no fun if you're vomiting a lot. Ew. Were you sick? Was that the cause of it? And as for the best birthday gift you've ever had, oh, that's a good one. I did take a trip with my boyfriend and mom to go to Denver for a weekend. There was something out there called Meow Wolf, uh, which is like this art installation thing. Just Google it. It's really cool. Uh, oh, a cat. Uh, and so we got to go out there for a trip. I'm trying to think of what else. I went to Vegas for a few days too. My boyfriend was supposed to go, and he ended up breaking his jaw due to the COVID vaccine giving him a reaction. So that was a whole other story. That was still a cool trip. And then last year, my boyfriend got me this really cool, like, it's an expensive lens he got me for my camera that I'm streaming with right now. I'm not using it to stream my thing just because it's not needed for this. It's just more of like an all around like good lens for like if I go out and do some stuff. So probably, I don't know, just a combination of those three. Let's look at our next question. What's your favorite hobby to do alone? Yeah, he's fine. The I think my favorite thing to do alone is probably crafting. It would be nice to have other crafting friends or doing art. It's just I don't know how logical that is to have or to wish that. Yeah, that's not dark enough for me. I just like a good moving color. But what was my question? Look for cats. Oh, man, you must really like cats. I like cats too. Just erase away some all of our problems. But yeah, definitely probably crafting. I like doing that by myself. I just, I complain about not having any friends for stuff, but that's kind of on me to not be looking for them. I feel like half my hobbies are like old lady hobbies because like I like to crochet and all that other fun stuff, which is stuff that old ladies do. Girl, me too. I love cats so much. Let's go find. What are some of your personal goals in the next 5 years? I would like to be able to grow in my content creation, preferably. I don't know how big I'll get in 5 years or where YouTube will be at in 5 years, but I'm sure social media is like not going away anytime soon, so it'd be cool to like blow up on something, but like obviously not a mandatory thing. Um, I don't know. Maybe grow my career. As weird as that sounds. Oh, does she? What kind of stuff does she crochet? I think this is coming up kind of cool. Can we go look at pictures of big craters? Also feel like I've been missing out on some notifications. Sorry, bunch of random notifications. Nice. Okay, that would be cool. Okay. So one thing I like to do for my shadows is I'm very lazy. I know that artists have like specific colors or whatever they like to do, but I like to take like a shade of blue, make it a little more exaggerated, and I will just like shade things. Are these your different songs, or are you just having typos? Pouches, socks, pip pouches, fill, felicious. Oh, hello, friend. Hello. Yeah, we ended up starting the stream a little early, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, so this is what we're looking at now. She's supposed to be on the moon, I guess, and that's where we're at. I'm right now about to get to the shading phase. I'm showing you guys my hack because I'm lazy. Is I will just shade. Oh, let's delete you. I say it's a hack. It's just more a whole lot of me being lazy. But oh nope, that is. Yeah, I will. Okay, let's stick you a little in it. There we go. So like, and I'm done. I'm just throwing out some stuff. I will use my Gaussian blur, which blurs things sort of. And then I go to my then I will go to my multiplier overlay. No, it's gonna be multiply. And then I like lighten it a little bit, but still too dark and weird for me. So what I'll just kind of do is just change saturation and like make it less saturated a little bit. This is definitely a bad example. I've actually used purple. Some person said to use blue instead, but I'm more of like a purple person. Might be going my own live soon since my parents aren't home. It's a perfect time to go live. Yes, go live. Go live. I'll hop on depending on how late it gets and just watch you. Because we support our local friends. I say local friends. I don't know where you guys are located. Don't tell me, please. Okay, so I know I said this was gonna be blue. It's gonna be purple. I don't know why. I just find results with purple. Oh, happy anniversary to them. So yeah, we're just gonna purple this. I don't know why. I just don't think that the blue looks good with the skin color. Oh, I forgot to add her weird skin thing she's got going on. She's got like lighter patch of the skin. We'll add that after. Today is their 5-year anniversary. Nice, okay. Actually, I celebrated 9 years with my boyfriend, which the question I've been getting asked is, oh, you guys gonna get married? And not yet. We're still kind of youngish and, trying to get settled with our careers or whatever. So don't feel pressured if you're dating for somebody for a while and you're just trying to, don't feel pressured to like, oh, I have to get married because all my other friends are getting married. Be stable in what you're doing and, just again, don't feel pressured. I hate people that like pressure you. But yes, congratulations to your parents. You missed the whole eye rendering thing. I was figuring that out earlier. I was following a tutorial from like a website called Clip Studio, and ooh, that was rough. That's really good. I've never dated anyone. So I've actually been with my boyfriend since high school. We were sophomores in high school, and we started going out, and we've just happened to be together. We were actually friends in the 7th grade. So don't feel like you're missing out. Don't feel like, you got to rush it or anything. Just just wait till you meet the right person. And sometimes relationships work, sometimes they don't. People always say, oh, high school sweethearts don't work out, but you know, it's like, well, obviously it's worked out for me, but we do have intentions of getting married at some point in the future. I just don't know what that timeline looks like. But again, I just want to be comfortable with, you know, career and whatever. Her neck looking kind of purple. Honestly, I don't even know what the light source is. Maybe I should like determine a light source. Light source is coming from here. I was looking at moon craters. We were going through more questions again today, just shooting the poop or whatever. Just I don't know. I like to make conversation. I feel like I'm getting a little more talkative when it comes to these streams. It's just I feel like this is something that's gonna take me a little more used to. Do you enjoy camping? And I'm gonna flat out tell you, no, I hate camping. I hate outdoors. I just would rather be indoors. I lied. It's kind of nice sometimes, but I hate being outdoors. Someone remind me to get rid of that arrow later on. Do I shade the side of the face? Okay, man, I don't know how to do shadows, so bear with me. No, don't like, don't like, don't like camping. Dirt, bugs, and things. Okay, cabin, that's a good answer. I would consider doing it if I'm in a cabin and not just camping in a tent. I also think depends on like where you live, because where I'm at in Texas, it's hot, like mega hot. Man, I'm just winging this whole light source thing. Whatever. I don't even know how her helmet's supposed to work, because like her head's poking out from up here. That is too bizarre for me. Everyone, I go camping. Oh no. Mm-mm. Heck no for me. You won't see me camping. Well, let me give my experience. So, the area of Texas I live in, most, if not all, the lakes are man made lakes, meaning they dug a hole in the ground and somebody somehow got water to said lake. And they just fill the water, or I don't know what's in the water. It's gross. And one summer I went camping with my boyfriend and his family, and let's just say I haven't gone back since. This was like 2 summers ago. First of all, it was like in the middle of July where it was gross, sticky, it was very humid, and I went swimming in the lake. You know, I haven't had issues with swimming in a lake. And for some reason, that lake made my hair so gunked up that in my first shower session, I had to shampoo my hair like 3 or 4 times. And then I had to repeat that multiple times during the rest of the week. It was disgusting, and I haven't been camping since. So stay out of Texas, at least stay out of North Texas or DFW lakes, because it's disgusting. But you guys may have cleaner lakes. I hear that Michigan has Lake Michigan has really nice lakes. So you know it's kind of what the thing is going to look like for the shadows. I just find for some reason the blue just doesn't look as nice with skin tones, unfortunately. But let's go back to normal. But yeah, I don't know why I just, because yeah, some person was like, oh, this is how you do shadows, and they said blue, and I was like, I do not like blue shadows. So this is my hack if you don't want to sit there and figure out how to do it individually, because I'm lazy. I'm pretty sure I just said that. Please disregard me repeating myself. Okay, let's find another question. Do you enjoy gardening or planting veggies? So I recently got a plant. It was supposed to be like one of those like hanging plant things, and I thought that I was going to keep this plant alive. You know, my boyfriend, we have this whole setup that we have to kind of keep the plant like on the inside of our patio, but then during the day we'll leave it out depending on how windy it is. If not, it's gonna fall off, which no biggie. I live on the top floor. And I was like, okay, well, one morning I was like, I'll just put the plant out instead. Well, I ended up tripping on something in the patio, and my plant fell on the first floor in front of my neighbor's patio. They're like, okay, just go downstairs and retrieve it. So I go downstairs and I start looking for this thing. Well, it turned out they have a bush right in front of their patio. No big deal. I'm just going behind the bush to go get it. Well, my neighbor has their cat out on the patio and the cat is screaming like crazy. And I was like, well, no big deal. Well, the neighbor opens up the door and looks at me and he's like, so what's going on? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I live like two floors above you. You know, I need to get my flowers. And, you know, I just explained like what happened. He's like, well, if I find it, I'll bring it to you because I was missing a hook or something. Let's just say, I don't know if he actually looked or not, but I just hurried up so I didn't have to talk to him anymore. Ooh, you guys are planting strawberries. Anyways, we retrieved the plant, and the plant is, I think, doing better than before I originally had it. So we have little bud things coming up or opening, which was cute. But that's cool, the strawberry thing. I just have to take a color and put it over the whole canvas and overlay it. I haven't mastered doing the light stuff yet. At some point, I will worry about that. I'm just attempting to do, you know, shadows. I'm taking art one step at a time. Also, one of your YouTube reels popped up for me, Stardom Forever, and I forgot which one it was, but it was a really cool art thing you did. Like, okay. So I meant to comment on it and then it disappeared, so I gotta go back to it. But if you go on live later, what you gonna do? I realize this takes a while, especially with how big-ish of a piece this is. I'm a little sad about it. Really? Yeah. Wait, really too? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're I got a notification on YouTube about how you had uploaded something. I think it might have been from a few days ago. It was this drawing where there was this girl and you had like a little circle piece. It was like one of your last three things. Draw in my sketchbook, finishing up a page. Ooh, okay. You decide to stream, I might be able to like prop it up on something just so I'm kind of watching it and engaging while I'm doing my own stream. I also don't know how long I'm gonna keep doing this either. But I'll be here as long as you guys want to sit here and watch and talk to me. I know it's getting kind of late for some of you guys. So we'll just vibe till we can. Gotta support other artists, you know? Wait a second, let me see what video it was. Stardom Forever. Let me see if I can find it. I'm just gonna call you Stardom. Also, where did you get your name from? Stardom. That's kind of a cool name. I see you have some gacha video. Is it Gotcha? That was super big back in like 2018, so that's cool that you have one of those. Um, Shorts. It is when. Ooh, that's loud. I'm sorry. It looks like it's a girl in a blue dress. Oh wait, was it the one with the red-headed girl? I think so. Yeah, she had a blue dress on. I thought it was cute. Looked really good. I'm like, you have anatomy down. I was like, let's go. Yeah, I have no idea when you posted that. I also didn't realize how loud your thing was. I was trying to like pause it to where I could actually see the screen. It was kind of hard to see, so if you're gonna show art like that, maybe don't go up and forth like you're shaking your phone. It was a little hard to see, but other than that, I think it looked good from what I recall seeing. Also, I'm cold because I'm sitting on my blanket. 1 second. If you guys couldn't tell, I like strawberries. Ooh, that would be a fun thing, doing a strawberry challenge. Also, I love the video idea that you did, and I might steal from you, where it's make a whole page red. So I might do that for different colors. That would be fun. So might be definitely stealing that idea. I will give full credit to you unless you got it from another artist, but either is fine. Uh-oh. I love finding like art challenges. Uh, Stardom, I'll show you a challenge I did, which I'm not sure if you're into Pokemon. Let me finish this shoulder to see how crappy this is gonna look. It's certainly a purple shoulder. Hold on, let me get my ice cream. OMG, finally somebody asked. Anyways, when I was little, I always wanted to be famous and be known, so like Stardom is perfect, and the forever was cool. It was a wrestling channel. Oh, okay. That's definitely a cool way to get your name. That was my dream as a child. I wanted to be famous, and then I was like, it's not gonna happen. And then I've been on and off YouTube for like ever, and I'm back at it. And honestly, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, then have at it. That's how I am. I'm like, if you're not going to enjoy the process, then why do it? Because there have been YouTubers I know that like to be that they're trying to be into it for the money, and then they never get anywhere, and then they get mad at YouTube like, how come all these other people are rich and famous but I can't be? And it's like, well, do you actually enjoy doing what you do? It's not a get rich quick scheme, you know. So that's just kind of my gripe with people on YouTube, is that they're trying to be rich and famous but don't enjoy the process. But your art's really good. I really hope you're able to do stuff with it. I think you mentioned a couple days ago that you want to do art stuff. What is going on? Oh, because of my, oh yeah, my eraser was on. But that's a really cool name. We will wait for your friend to come back to getting her ice cream. Also, I don't know if I told you my update, but I'm planning on probably streaming a little sooner. I was doing research on the best times to stream, and I read that, between 6 and 9 p.m. at least time, Central Standard Time, is probably the best time to stream. So my goal is to shoot closer to 7 to start streaming, and then we'll just go till whatever time, just because it gives people to come home and do whatever. So that is my plan. Will probably try to be on a more strict schedule. But welcome back. I was telling your friend Stardom about how I'm gonna try to start streaming sooner, because apparently streaming at 11 o'clock, no one gives a rat's, which is fine. I'm not expecting people to be up at 11 o'clock at night watching me. Because I was gonna say I'm not typically up that late, but I have been. And honestly, there's a video I want to get working on anyways. I have a couple YouTube videos I need to get edited But just random update. I'll still be going trying to go as late as I can, so if you happen to be joining on later, that is a-okay too. But just an earlier start time might help with getting more views. I will say it is kind of cool having 4 viewers. It was just a couple days ago or Monday where I only had like nobody. So it is cool to have people to talk to and stuff like that. Um, hey, let's find more questions. Do you like do you like or hate thunderstorms? I am quite indifferent to thunderstorms. Honestly, I don't care for them. I think my cat has like anxiety with them. I don't care for thunderstorms. I'd rather not have them if I'm indoors. I hate being outside where there's when there's thunderstorms because my hair gets really frizzy and gross and, I try to style it when I can, so it's like, well, there goes my hair. If I can avoid being outside, that would be great. Well, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. What is going on over here, Bessie? You love thunderstorms? My boyfriend also loves thunderstorms too. It's just something calming about them, I guess. Oh, yeah, same thing with him. Same thing with him. I will say it is kind of cool to like listen to music while looking at a thunderstorm. I've had some of those moments and they were quite fun. Feel free to give me feedback on shading. I'm just winging it right now. I really need to study shading. You should have seen the feet we're working with earlier. Ooh, they were rough. Take your time. Take your time. I think I may be right back to get a tea break. Because I'm out of tea out of my little wine glass. We'll see. I may just... I don't know. I'm just too lazy to get up is my problem right now. I should just call my boyfriend to have him go get me my tea. I don't think he'd be happy with me. I do have a question for you guys. How did you guys discover my stream the other day? Was it just that it popped up for you guys and you guys just discovered it, I guess? It's just more out of curiosity. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I've watched some people do some art streams. I've seen them doing it on Twitch though. I don't know how popular Twitch is for that, but I'm more of a YouTube girly. YouTube just has like a chokehold on me. I love everything like YouTube. Let's go find more questions. Mm. Would you rather hug a ghost or a zombie and why? And I can tell you right now, I would rather hug a ghost because I don't trust zombies to not turn me into one. Like, that is an absolute heck no. At least ghosts, at least they would be. It is popular, but I don't have it. Have what? I'm sorry. Oh, Twitch. Yeah, I don't care for Twitch. Eh. Like nothing against Twitch streamers. I just I haven't like really watched anybody that I'm like, oh my god, I gotta know them or whatever. I'm sorry the shading's taking forever. I don't want my brains taken away. Yeah, me too. Me too. Um, oh, these are Halloween questions. I don't want to do Halloween questions. Mm, sorry for that yawn. I swear I'm not, well, I'm mentally tired, but it's okay. I don't know. Cool. Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense that you had your earbuds in. A little bit of watching live. Cool. Yeah, I appreciate you joining in for that. I was actually doing research to figure out how people were following up on lives because I haven't really like watched people like live stream stuff, but well, I lied. I have watched people do art stuff, but it's been a hot second, and I didn't know how it had changed. So that's cool. I appreciate you being here. May not post this to Instagram until tomorrow, which I do have an Instagram if anybody is on there. I still think it's funny that both of you guys know each other and you guys, happen to be on the same stream. Must have been fate. I was gonna like half done shadows because I was gonna say I don't mind doing this, but okay. Well, thank you for joining us. I am going to pop you up for live streaming just to have us in the background. So, while I keep chatting with you guys. Well, I already have your channel up. What am I talking about? Also, congratulations on 115 subscribers. That is quite an achievement. And either you're more than welcome to go join your friend's stream, or we can just vibe here too. I will be on both, most likely. I mean, I'll be here regardless, so where am I going? Did you? If I only had two tablets, I would stay if I was able. That's okay. You're more than welcome to hop over to theirs. They could. We've had enough fun over here, so not offended if you leave. Just make sure your tablet's not gonna die. What is the battery on my thing? 25% fun. I'll just go grab my charger in a little bit. Hello, one viewer. We're just gonna keep on vibing here. I'll just keep talking to myself because I think all my chattier friends are no longer here, which is a-okay with me. I may do a quick intermission to go get some tea, but till then we will just hang out. I don't know if I should just keep doing questions and talking to myself and, answering them or if I just keep talking about my process. I wasn't really talking too much about my process of doing art stuff, so I guess I will just externalize my brain thoughts as I'm doing things. But yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how to do shadows for the life of me. Like, theoretically, there would be body shadows, but where those body shadows would be, I don't know. Oh, I didn't pull up. her live. Okay. It might be a second until she's able to get her stuff going. Honestly, I think today I'm quite surprised that Airstream, which is the thing I use to stream to you guys, obviously. I'm quite surprised that it has not disconnected because it seems to disconnect whenever it feels like it. Also, I didn't realize we've been streaming for 2 hours, so that's cool. I think most of my other streams have just been, a few minutes. Not a few minutes, like an hour, hour and a half maybe, so that's a cool little fun fact for anybody out there. I saw one TikTok comment that made me giggle that it was pretty much people were just praying to the streaming or praying to the streaming gods, praying to the shadow gods that they were just kind of winging it. That's kind of me right now, so I'm just kind of winging it. Also, I do want to render out the lips a little bit, make them look like they're nice and glossy and stuff, And that's okay. I don't realize how long this is gonna take. Also, I'm really excited for this day we've been drawing. I just realized I couldn't abandon this art piece. I wonder if anyone else is gonna join us since I have no one watching me. I also don't know what the delay is from having somebody watch me versus, you know. I don't know how much more talking I can do for 2 hours. Not gonna lie, kind of miss having people to talk to. I guess, maybe around this time is probably a good time to stop streaming. Because I have nobody to talk to. Yeah, definitely we'll be shooting for 7. 7 seems like a good time to stream. Also, tonight I did want to get to some video editing, so I might end up doing some of that. Just because I am a little behind on a lot of things. I've just been hyper fixated on just wanting to stream my whole art stuff. I say a little, I've done like a little bit every day. Just a little bit. I didn't realize that this was almost this color. That was not something I intended. I think once I finish this art piece, I'm probably just gonna call it quits. My goodness, how long have I been working on this art piece? 6 hours and 49 minutes? Christ, I think this is like my longest art piece. Oh my god. I didn't mean to raise my voice like that, but jeez. And the art takes a while, but geez, okay. Let me see if Stardom has gone live yet. Oh, she's live. Oh, wow. This art's actually looking pretty good. She's doing this whole cow thing right now that's coming up from a UFO. So in art, she's showing us some of her sketchbook stuff. Oh my goodness, her art style is so cute. But yeah, I was just telling this girl how much I love her stuff. Her stuff is so cute. Yeah, I was just telling her that tape is an artist's best friend. It like saves saves really saves the day when it comes to doing stuff, but I'm just gonna put her in the background as I keep shading. Oh, her. Okay. I don't know how much stuff I want to do left for the body. I know I wanted to do hair stuff. I was just kind of saving that. Also, I don't know how shadows work with a glass thing on her face. I probably need to do something like making it look like it's a glass thing. I might do want to do this thing. What are they talking about now? How do I fix a scratchbook without tape? You don't. You don't. Hey, she's got 3 people watching. That's fun. I wish I had 3 people watching. I have nobody watching me. Yeah, I gotta reach out to the person on Instagram whose art this is to figure out like who this is so I can post a speed paint of this. Also, I never thought about going on Instagram or TikTok live for art, so maybe I'll look at doing that at some point. Not today. It's honestly, it would be nice if I could just, you know, do the, do the lives and do it together, like just all at once, so it's less effort for me. So I may have to spread up my time with that, unfortunately. Don't want to. I'm gonna give her like um it's so satisfying hearing the color pencil scratching as she's coloring. The color pencil Sounds so satisfying. This girl showing us up and I can't see anything. Girl, show us. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, she's showing us a cute little dragon thing. Oh, and he goes to the dark. Love that. Love that. I swear we're not turning into a reaction channel. I'm just vocalizing so you guys don't have to leave my stream. Not that I have anybody watching me. Oh, this is super fun to color. What's my thing? 20%. I probably have to either go get my charger or we will end the stream. I just really want to get this picture done so I can post this tomorrow because brain fart. Plus, I do want to stream. No, I don't want to stream. Plus, I want to get a YouTube video edited or starting editing. Because I don't know what time I'm going to go to bed or yet. There you go. Yes, what kind of color pencil she uses. I personally like to use Prismacolor because they're so nice. Does she not know? Girl does not know. Okay, yeah, she's using Crayola. Crayola's a good brand. Oh, okay, so she's just getting like random brands. Fair enough. Girly has no idea. I think that's so funny. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put this in this layered group, but it's actually gonna be. There we go. Okay, because I didn't want to have to deal with the cloud. I have no idea if the cloud is supposed to have shadows, but I'm not doing that today because I don't feel like it. Just gonna shove this in here. Okay, so I'm gonna be asking some questions. Um, um, Bestie, okay. Would you rather live in a tree or... Okay, the hands are looking wild AF. I thought I could just color or color drop that, but no. Whatever, we're just gonna pre-color this. This is taking really long. Not gonna lie, I may just go add moon things tomorrow, but I would like to be at a good place before I do that. Did I miss something? Girl was talking about coming out, and now I think, can you delete your messages? I've never seen that before, where you can just like remove your own messages from a stream before. She asked like, "What's like the biggest collection we have?" And I'm like, my response is duct tape. I got 300 rolls of duct tape. You just not get people to watch your is a is a is it if you have like 0 viewers, does that mean you get no viewers? I'm gonna have to research more stuff about lives and not just going live. I'm quite curious about the ins and outs of going live because I've my first time ever doing this. I just feel like there would be more. Not gonna lie, despite probably being at almost 7 hours at this, I'm actually having a lot of fun. Eyes came out really cool. Gonna have to definitely try this stuff in the future. But okay. I think I'm at a good point for us to start doing stuff. Let's just resume. Okay, so my technique for doing light stuff is you multiply, and as you can see, it's quite dark, and then you lighten it, which I think, I don't know, it just looks nicer than if I changed it to be like blue. You know what? Blue doesn't look bad. I don't know why it looked so bad when I was doing it earlier. Even when I like super saturate, it looks actually not bad. You know what? We're just gonna leave it. I'm actually not mad at this. Not mad at that. Okay. Your singing sounds nice. Oh, there's only 3 people watching her stream now. That's cool. So I forgot to blur it a little bit. Why can't I see the blur? Oh, it's because it's an empty layer, duh. Okay. Let's try this again. Gaussian blur. Ooh, okay. I'm not mad at that. Okay. I don't know what color to. I don't know what color to do. Let's do this like off gray color. Uh-oh. What was the question this girl was asking? Okay. Okay, let's try to Gaussian blur this. God, I hate that. Ew, I don't like bestie. What's going on? That looks cool, man. I'm not gonna do it, but ooh, lighter color's nice. Oh, overlay. You know, I'm just gonna leave that. You know what? That's cute. I like that. I do want to add a little bit of a what is it? Elements? No. Why is materials flowing hair? That's kind of weird. Okay. As good as that's getting, and then I'm probably going to take the opacity. Shit, this was 50 layers? Girl, who? Okay, this is what we're working with. I'm not too mad at this. How I feel like I'm at a good stopping point for tonight. Let me see how long I've been doing stuff. 7 hours and 10 minutes. iPad does iPad does have to charge a little bit. Let me see what I'm at. It's only 14%. It's fine. Should I do moon craters? I didn't realize that they actually named moon craters. That's wild. Very wild. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna wing this until like next year. Man, I just want to like get this all done now. So let's just see how far I can go before my iPad wants to die. Um, Let me pull up these references I'm talking about. Because apparently they're naming these dumb craters. Girl, no. Here, oh. Moon crater. Delete. Duplicate. Okay. Okay, so we have moon craters. I don't know how pixelated these things look, but it is what it is. 55 layers now. I don't know where the heck 50 layers came from, but what is that name? I forgot I went with this cute little watercolor. I don't like the blue being up close like that. I may desaturate that a little bit. I don't know why. It looked good, and then it just stopped looking good. My brain's just dying. I'm not really sure what. I gotta make up my mind what I'm doing. Because Dusty, I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm dying to know what the... I'm dying to know what the, what do you call it? I need to, I'm having a brain fart. What I need to do is, because I need to make myself a strawberry character. I think that would be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I really got to figure out like who the creator is so I can give them credit for when I post this on YouTube. This is fun. Too much. I don't know. They're coming up with like fictional relationships in the stream. Just making me giggle. My response was this: too many fictional relationships. If I'd have told them, I was like, girl, too much drama. Do I have a rock pattern? What is this? Oh, it's probably because I didn't color it all the way. I learned that if there's any streaks or anything, it's just me. Oh, I did want to add like a shine to her face. I'll do that. I'm so tired of this picture. 2.5 hours? That's crazy. Let's add my really dark thing. Uh, it's so nice because I'm listening to this girl like come up with ideas and stuff like that, and I love that people are like, if I have one or if I have kids, I'm going to nourish their, if they want to, come up with all these fun story things, I'm gonna nurture all of that just because, it's the whole like creativity stuff. I want to foster that. I mean, like I've said, it's the whole, if you want to make a career out of something, it's great, but you have to be realistic to a point that it takes time to get there, knowing the right people, knowing if, you want to get paid decently. And honestly, unless you're going to be making a lot of money, if you're going to be making a lot of money doing something, then good for you. But most of the time, a lot of these creative industries, it's because everybody wants to be in the art industry and everybody, so they're taking advantage of people wanting to, be in these things. So they're like, okay, well, if you really want to do it, we're just going to underpay you. I'm like, I love that. Not really. So, little, little mad at companies that are trying to exploit. Same thing. So my boyfriend really wants to get into like game development, and that's great and all. We're gonna be working on a game jam starting Sunday, and I think it's a cute idea. I want to help him out, which is part of not the reason why I'm doing art stuff, but I want to be able to be like a good asset to him because what he wants is a person that can like he can work with but doesn't have to like pay them. And I'm not saying that artists should not be paid for their work, but it's just somebody that can bounce ideas and somebody that he can like work with, like, oh, I need this, what can you come up with, and I get that it's just really hard to find somebody that does that because typically the artist guy is the person with all the ideas. I don't know, I get it, everybody wants to get paid for all the stuff that they do. It's just, I don't know, it's very hard to find. Let's merge this one down, but yeah, it's just, it's a very sad truth, and I hate to like be that person that's like, well, if you can like be realistic, but I mean, there are ways to do it on the side, I wouldn't make it at someone's primary income. It's great that everybody wants these opportunities, everybody has like show ideas and stuff like that, but it's can be increasingly difficult. But I don't want to be that guy, it is just the unfortunate world of not being able to. Also, I should really go get my charger. I'm just really wanting to get this done so I can say, bye, I'm done. It's 10:17. That's is crazy. Is like any rock textures or something? Organic. The rainforest texture, solid Aurora. Twisted tree, rotten decay, concrete bump. Okay, that's me cheating and putting a thing over it. Luminosity looks well. Okay. Well, I hope this looks like she's on the moon, because the best I can do. Same thing, she's got this cool, like, sheen thing, so let's just... Um... require me to... let's duplicate. And just add a fun little highlight. This probably doesn't make sense considering the light is coming from one direction, but that's okay. And then merge down. Ooh, that's fun. I like different. Does that look like a... let me blur that a little bit. I told her cow color. She's trying to figure out what color. Okay. I don't know if this like draws away from the whole thing, but oh well, I guess this is my final piece for what I am. Am I still active on here? Yeah. So I think this is gonna be my final piece. I should probably sign it. I've been doing this whole thing where I'm like signing it, but like it's been god awful because I have really bad handwriting. Oopsie. I've been signing off with my that is quite Ooh, that's a fun color. There we go. Cute. Okay. This is my final art piece. I gotta figure out who the original creator is. I'm still not sold on the face. Oh, I did want to mess with her shadow, sorry. Hold up, and then I will shut up. A little more saturated. Yeah, I hate that list. Okay. Cute. Okay. So I am going to call it quits for this video. I've worked way too long on this, but I really like how this turned out. I think this is probably the longest I've ever spent on a drawing, but it's fun. I love the rainbow hair idea, so I might steal that idea for another character because I love how it came out. Please don't sue me for that. So, anyways, that is going to end tonight's stream. Thank you so much for joining me. It was very fun to like just sit here and shoot the shit with people just talking to me and doing art. I did want to work on my Sailor Moon picture. Oopsie. Nope. I didn't want to work on this. Maybe we'll work on that tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. We'll see in the morning. We'll see what I got going on. Maybe I'll jump on live for a little while just to color some stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for joining my stream. Anyone that watched, whatever, future people, current people, hello. I will see you guys either in the next video or the next stream, just depending on what you see first. So, adios!